Welcome to another edition of Hot Topex.
Woo!
Hello, Peachie May!
Hi, I'm gassed to be here as always. It's Hot Topex. How are you?
Feeling hot.
Okay.
I just turned on my phone and I seen Peachie May and Mo are in the mix. We're going to be hosting. We're going to be hosting. I don't think we can tell them. Can we tell them?
I'm not sure if we can release it, but we're going to be hosting something quite... It's going to be good.
How about today's show? Today's show.
Yes. Today's show.
Right, straight in there. Dr Barz.
Dr Barz is incredible. Like, I don't know what you think, but his videos and the content are absolutely amazing. It's just raw, urban, gritty content.
I agree.
What do you think?
For all of y'all who don't know who Dr Barz is, Dr Barz is a Nigerian superstar. Mm-hmm. He is a hip-hop sensation, and he'll be joining us on the Hot Topex laptop. We'd love to have him on the sofa, but it's just COVID and stuff. Anyway, we also have the amazing, Tori Lyons.
Tell me a little bit about Tori, because I've only heard snippets and so far she sounds amazing, but I want to know more, so, you know.
I'm a believer in Tori. Tori's gonna go far. She's a comedian, she's an actress.
Oh wow. Okay.
She's a top lady, and I'm a big fan. Tori, take me with you, please.
And me.
Yeah, and Peachie too.
And also, so we have the privilege of speaking to Charlie J, and how good is Charlie J? He's a hip hop artist. He is an absolute sensation. He does podcasts, and
his work ethic is bonkers.
You know, speaking of Charlie J.
Are you sitting on Charlie J?
Well, not quite literally, because I would squish him. However, we do have a sticker.
Oh, Charlie J. See, we remember, didn't we? Oh, you're a star, there, see? We're Charlie J ambassadors. So join us for a corker of a show. Pow!
Woo!
So we have our very own Cristián, our very own Billy Chitty, who's with Dr Barz. So you better check out this interview. It's great.
Hello everybody in Hot Topex. Welcome to a new episode of Hot Topex, and with a very special person here to interview. As you may know, Hot Topex is a very global thing, so we also want to give a space to up-and-coming and big artists from all around the world. And in this opportunity, we're gonna be talking with some of Nigeria's biggest afrobeat stars, a very great urban artist called Dr Barz. Hey man, how are you? Welcome to Hot Topex.
I'm good, how are you doing? Thank you.
Very good, man. Glad to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Hey man, how it is to be an urban artist and an afrobeat artist down there in Nigeria, where you are a very big star. People may not know you here in the UK or in other places in the world that they're watching, but you're pretty known in Nigeria. How's to be a big star there in your country?
Well, it feels great to be heard and have people appreciate your talent and the kind of music you put out, and it's a wonderful thing, and I can't wait to, transcend from just being known here to being known worldwide.
Yeah, I've been hearing your music for the couple of days, and I think that it's very cool. Like, I can relate to it, and I think that a lot of people all over the world that tend to go to the Afrobeat kind of music are gonna find that you have a very, very nice flow, very nice way of doing all the music. So how do you work, and where did you get inspiration for writing your music?
Well, my inspiration is mostly my life experiences and things that happen around me, my society, and experiences from friends, family, and fans. Basically, I also get inspired by very good beats. You know, when I listen to very good beats, hip hop, pop, afrobeat, I get inspired to, you know, want to do something to match with the level of how dope the beat is.
A cool thing is that you also started like putting out singles, and then you went with your first EP. Can you tell us about the first music that you put out there to the world, your first singles?
Yeah, the first single was titled PH City. It was basically about my city, Port Harcourt City, so it's PH City for short. And it was basically talking about the city and the do's and don'ts and how to survive in the city. And I transitioned from there to freestyle videos. I was making some freestyle videos online, and I was getting some, you know, fair share of attention from the fans, and I started putting out covers for other people's songs and further singles until I put out the EP. And the EP was titled Something Else. It was basically me trying to create something else from what every other person knew me for, because when I started it was basic hip hop. I was more of the hip hop and Afro hip hop, but Something Else was me transitioning into like Afro beats and pop and other genres of music.
That's great, man. And what do you think that it's the special thing that your music might have, as coming from Nigeria and being like a very Anglo-inspired kind of musician? You said that you had inspiration from pop, from hip hop, that are very like Anglo kind of music, but also about like your native roots in Africa. So what do you think makes your music special for the people that are all over the world watching this interview?
The contents. I try to have content in my music. I try to talk about real life issues that really people within my surrounding and in the world can relate to some extent. I try to talk about real life society issues, and I try to inspire people with my music. I try to be on the positive light in every song I make.
How is your involvement going on with social issues down in your country?
Yes, I started a movement called Punchlines Not People. It was basically a movement against violence, all forms of violence, and we have done our bit in trying to enlighten and sensitize people against violence. And I have been active in various societal struggles that people down here go through. The prominent one was the NSAS protests, where we were protesting against police brutality, and basically we were asking for economical reforms in the country.
If people around the world must know 3 tracks from your catalog, what would you think were the 3 more important songs? I know it's a difficult question because you might like them, all the songs, but if someone around the world wants to get to know Dr. Barz music, which would be the 3 songs that you would pick for them to look in social media or look in on the music platforms?
Okay, one of them would be the recent one I put out this year. It's titled Man Must Whack.
Ready toasty, I just see anybody really just throw them overboard. Money with flows, man, I be like waterboard. Killing all the shows, but
basically it means man must eat. It was just talking about when you work, you're gonna eat. And the next one I think you should look out for is Focus.
critics haters, them go bust your head, yo, them go use a bottle of wax.
It's a hip hop song, and basically I was just trying to advise people to be focused on whatever they are into, whatever craft, whatever skill, whatever it is. Just be focused 100% and do not be distracted. And the third one would be Begin.
Kingsville Creative on the mix.
I'ma no be say I no get push.
That was like an Afrobeat chilled kind of vibe where, you know, you just dance and, you know, make merry. So that was these 3 songs I think people should look out for.
Great, man. Hey, I want to thank you for being here on Hot Topics. I really think that we want to showcase people all around the world, talented people that are making a difference. And I really think that your music, it's gonna be much bigger than it is right now. Like right now, it might be that you are peaking in Nigeria, but we can't wait to have you here in the UK showing us your music. So thank you very much for being here, man. And please plug all the music platforms where people can find you. Where can we find your music?
Okay, well, my music is on Apple Music, Spotify, Boomplay, Audio Max, SoundCloud, Amazon, basically all the digital platforms there are. Find me on Instagram at Dr_Barz. That's at Dr_BARZ. You can find me on Twitter at Dr Barz himself. And you can find me on Facebook at Dr Barz.
Okay, great to have you here, man. And I really hope that we can see each other soon here in the UK with a live performance of all your whole cool catalog, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
What do you reckon of that then?
Well, to be honest with you, the video in itself is incredible. Dr Barz, he is the king of rap in Nigeria. What do you think?
She just fancies him. Anyway, he's alright. No, Dr Barz is the... Really, really loved the interview. And, you know, at the moment, you know, Nigerian music stars are taking over.
Yeah, it's on the rise massively.
Massively.
I'm really excited to even have this, you know, have this release.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing to be a part of it. And you know, if there's any Nigerian superstars that want 2 superstars over there on the sofa, we can bring our stuff right over to you. Give us a call on Hot Topics. Right, Peachie?
Yes, definitely. Give us a call and send some tickets over.
And of course, Dr Barz. Make sure you check out his music. Massive.
Get to know
Dr Barz.
So, Mo, little birdie told me you had an incredible interview with Tori Lyons. Tell me what happened.
I love a bit of Tori. So me and Niamh, we were able to get up close and personal. Not too close, of course. The C word. And you know, she's an amazing gal. She got bonkers energy.
I love that.
And it was good to chat with her and kind of get to grips with all the types of projects that she does, because she's quite dynamic, so she does a lot. She wears a lot of hats.
Like, what are these projects?
Comedians. She's a comedian. She's an actor. She's a somebody's missus. You know, that's a joke.
He's not joking.
Yeah, and she does stuff for the BBC. Okay. She does stuff. She does everything. Tori, what don't you do?
She is a superwoman by the sounds of it.
Literally, and I really genuinely think like she's one of the big names of the future. You know,
okay.
She's a big name now.
So I really need to get to know then.
You better get to know.
I better get to know.
Y'all better get to know. Watch this.
Mrs. Tori.
Here
she is.
Hello. Am I the main event or is
You
it
are.
Jake's chest here? I thought that was...
I know.
To be fair, we're going to be doing a lot of close-ups on this throughout the show.
I feel
I'm being
objectified here.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Deal with it.
There's an human resources nightmare.
If you got it, flaunt it, right?
I knew you'd throw that back in my face.
Yeah, I know. I haven't got any. That's why I'm with a few. How are you today?
I'm so good, thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Of course.
You're like our first different guest. We've been doing a lot of musical people, which has been amazing. But I've been so excited to have you on to talk about some different stuff.
Thank you.
They haven't
Thank you
got
so
a patch
much.
on you.
No, I know. Wait, don't slate
Yeah,
interviewees.
they might be watching this later. So.
Emma,
never mind
basically, we
them.
love you.
Never mind them. I'm loving this outfit.
Yeah, no.
Thank you so much. Got a little bit of dancing leopard on here. A little bit of
Always.
All Saints,
Very
you know,
nice.
cheeky.
So firstly, just tell the camera who you are, what you do. Give us a little bit of a download about Tori.
Okay, well, I am Tori Lyons and I'm an actor, writer and content creator from South Wales.
Are you South Wales born and bred?
I am indeed.
Yes,
I'm
we
from
love that.
Aberdaberdee in the valley.
Oh, Aberdaberdee!
Aberdaberdee. Yeah. All the creme de la creme come from there, of course.
They do.
Yeah, that's a little bit about me. So I do a lot of stuff with BBC Sesh. So I work a lot with the BBC, doing a lot of writing,
You two are
a
gonna
lot
bond.
of content creating.
Tori Lyons.
Tori Lyons, a little bit of radio work, and I'm also an actor as well. So I'm doing a pilot with them later this year in July. Very exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know when some people walk through the door, you can just see like talent oozing?
Oh, yeah.
And I think you're one of them.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
you are.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so
Definitely.
much, guys. Yeah.
So give us a bit of a download about some of the things that you're involved in, what you're doing at the
Okay.
moment, and what.
Okay, great. Yeah, so with the BBC Sesh, I do a lot of comedy sketches. So they're mainly politically driven. So I really like the power of comedy.
Love that.
So I tend to try to write sketches that are saying something. So I've done one about asking women if they want to have children, which is a really important topic, and that has been really successful. You know, a little bit of a realistic take on what it's like to be a woman in your late 20s, early 30s, which is what I am. I'm not specifying exactly the age. But the pressures of, you know, children, marriage, and the expectations that are on women, and making a bit of a joke about that. I've done body hair as well, talking about body hair and the ability to, you know, I've got more chest hair than Jake, then that's fine. That's fine. That's my prerogative.
Yeah.
So I try to write sketches that are trying to say something as well, and not just, you know, fluff. I don't really do fluff.
That's good.
So you do sketches. Have you ever done any kind of stand-up or kind of more kind of live performance comedy?
No, funnily enough. So I'm not really like, well, I haven't. So this is part of my journey. So I avoided comedy for a long, long time. I am the joker. I come in, I make jokes. I'm always that sort of person.
Yeah.
But when I went to university, and I'd come from a valley school, I did musical theatre, and that's what sort of brought me into acting. And my university were like, yeah, we don't do musical theatre, that's trash. And I was just like, well, that's all I know, so I'm screwed. So it sort of like threw me on a little bit of I didn't really know where to go with that. And I was like, okay, I need to be a serious actor, I need to do like serious monologues, I need to do Shakespeare. So it's only really in the last couple of years that I've sort of fallen into my real comedy roots, which is where I'm comfortable actually, and where I sort of excel a little bit. So yeah, so I've not done any stand-up, but that's certainly something that's probably going to be in the future.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because again, with comedy and talking about serious things, I think it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I have a very dark sense of humour, but some people, especially nowadays, you know, they want something to write about. Do you ever get any backlash from
a little bit. Funnily enough, the hair one. So that one was sort of an exploration into like the complexities of body hair for women, because you know it's such a like dark area. Literally, don't go into it, because people are like, what? Women shouldn't have hair. Women should have hair. It's really, really hard. But the idea is that it's the woman's choice, isn't it? So you know, it was opening up that.
I was going to ask you. It feels a bit ridiculous now, but are you pro Bush or no Bush?
Oh, I am pro Bush.
I'm pro Bush.
Hey!
Yeah.
I'm pro Bush.
I think a trim. I think keep it tidy. And you know, but the hair is there to protect.
Absolutely.
Where else are your fingers? What other pies are your fingers in?
So I'm currently writing a one-woman show. The one-woman show is based around mental health. So that's the focus of this. It's sort of semi-autobiographical, so there's snippets of my own mental health journey included in there as well. But it's I'm sticking the old middle finger up to my university, and it is a one-woman show musical.
Please, can we get tickets to come and see this?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in the process at the minute of developing it, so we're going to be looking to R&D that towards the start of next year. And speaking to different artists, especially like Welsh artists, so like Alicia.
Amazing.
Maybe that might be good. Yeah. Have a little speak to her. And there's another Welsh artist, Edith, as well. She's doing loads of stuff at the minute. She's amazing. Have you seen? Have you heard?
I presented for Edith was on Immersed, wasn't she?
There we go.
That we did.
Yeah. So
amazing.
Edith we're already chatting. I've worked with her on a show last year. So yeah. So. looking to make it sort of campy, fun, explosive, glitter, confetti cannons, wild, one-woman show, musical, sort of a bit of a celebration of suffering with your mental health, but also that being fine, completely fine.
I love that.
And focusing a little bit on the sort of the whole setup of the One Woman Show it's a mental health workshop, a tick box mental health workshop in a corporate environment that goes wrong. So you know those like, you work in an office and they're like, oh yeah, we've got somebody coming in to speak to you about mental health, and then they'll be there for an hour and then that's it. And they're like, right, we've looked after your mental health now.
Mental health.
Look how great we are.
All your problems are solved.
Yeah, you're done. Sarah. So yeah, and the idea behind it as well is for anybody who does come to the show, what I really want is to have like mental health charities involved so that they can have access and conversations to actual resources at the end as well, so it's not just
So your work's actually I love that, so your work's not just about performing, you actively help and stuff and make changes too.
Yes.
Is that what's very important for you too in your work? Do you see that as a... Talk to me about that a bit.
So I come from Aberdeen, I come from the Valleys, I come from a single parent family. You know, I didn't have like loads of money growing up or anything like that. I didn't have any sort of advantages in that way. But I think that speaks of the majority of people. And I think that, like I said, there's the power of comedy, there's the power of art. And I think specifically things like musicals that are very working class based, you know, those type of environments, that's where the musicals started and that's where they sort of always go back to is the working classes. So it's about bringing those arts and those resources back to those places and giving back. I love performing. I'm an actor, I'm a comedian, you know, I've done musical theatre, but at the same time I'm a human being and I don't ever want to just run off into the hills like doing things just for the sake. I just don't see the point. And for me it helps my mental health as well by giving back. I've had a very long journey, and the journey that I've done with my acting and anything creative is, so first of all I'm protecting myself because there's so very many toxic environments in all aspects of all different careers, but specifically in like the arts and that sort of thing. So I'm protecting myself, but also that I'm only doing the things that I really want to do, which is really hard because, you know, you don't necessarily get that success that people expect. You know, you don't get like reach those dazzling heights automatically. But if you work at something and you're positive about it and you continue and it's your passion and you want to do it, you will get there and you will achieve it.
We want to know, we always ask this to every single guest that we get on the show because we're nosy. Tell us something about yourself that no one else really knows. Something, it can be something funny, it can be something interesting. Give us, I feel like she's thinking of something.
Oh,
She got something.
I got two.
Give us both.
Should I give you both?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one, now this isn't like you'll be like, okay, I don't tell people this. I have a really deep-rooted fear of snakes. And now you'd be like, okay, that's a normal fear, like snakes. But I don't tell anybody that. I will happily tell people I have an irrational fear of balloons. I'm scared of balloons. Everybody knows that,
My dad's scared of balloons.
Yeah, I hate them. It's called globophobia.
What is it about
Got it. Phobia.
Now you understand.
I think it's the lack of control. I think it's like, especially if they're like balloons up on the wall, fine. If it's in somebody's hand or if a kids parties, oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Kids parties.
Don't take us to a kids party.
I mean,
traumatizing.
any excuse not
What
to
do you
go
know?
to a kids party.
We're just about to take you to one.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
No one
going.
told
Right, that's it. No, please, no.
Upset.
But I never tell anybody about the snakes, and I don't know why, but I have nightmares about them, like jabbing at you.
Ooh.
I think it's because it feels more realistic, whereas a balloon, again, I'm a comedian, you can make fun of me for a balloon, can't you? For a snake, it's like...
Anything else from us?
Yeah, Tor, how have you enjoyed it? How have we been?
Yeah.
How have we been?
You guys have been super fun.
Come on, affirm us. We need affirmation.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, no, I love it. You've got amazing energy, you're asking the right questions, you're interested,
Yeah.
you look cool.
More.
Living for it.
More.
Snaps
More.
for you guys.
You know what it is. You've been Hot Topics.
You've been Hot Topics once again by us and the lovely Tori. So
It's a wrap.
keep a look
It's
out
a wrap.
for her.
It's a wrap.
Keep a look out for us. See you later. Love you lots.
So what do you reckon?
Well, to be honest with you, I can't believe you got so up personal and close with Tori, and I didn't.
Well, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. If you want to see Tori, click on her socials or YouTube, Tori Lyons.
Definitely doing that. Make sure you're doing that too.
100%. And I feel Tori she's a name for the future. She's the future, guys. Tori, if you want some Tori time, type in Tori Lyons in all platforms. All platforms. Mm-hmm. Which platforms?
All platforms.
All of them. And what an amazing, genuinely amazing day out. And it's lovely actually to gallivant on a speedboat around Cardiff Bay. That was nice.
I'm quite jealous, to be honest, because where was my invite on a speedboat? Where's Tori?
We'll talk about that after this.
Okay, fine.
It's only right that you introduce our next guest, Peachie May.
Charlie J. Absolutely incredible guy. What do you think about Charlie J? Excited?
Charlie J is like, he puts out a lot of music.
A ridiculous amount, but it's highly produced. I will say that. Everything's done in such a specific order.
But how does he do that?
I don't know.
I need to find out.
He must be a man machine.
Something like that. Here's Charlie J. Welcome to another edition, another serving of Hot Topics with your host, Mo Janna, alongside the delectable
Peachie May,
Peachie May, of course, of course. And as you can see, I'm a fan already for you guys at home. There's a little bit of a revealer for you. He makes neo soul music. He is a real music man, isn't he? He's
100% passionate, intelligent, knowledgeable, you name it.
Charlie J in the building!
Thank you, guys. Yeah, good. Always good to get a reception like that. It's always good. Makes you feel welcome. So.
Good.
You are welcome. Yes. Welcome to Hot Topics.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, it's great to finally be in person doing an interview as well. You know, obviously everything that's gone on, to see actual cameras all around, actual people face to face.
I think so.
It's great,
I think so.
It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
It's nice. It's nice. It's great. Proper interaction.
Feeling the love in the building already.
Yeah.
Charlie J, what do you think of my little badge over here?
Well, it's great. No, I actually need to get some badges because these are the stickers, and like obviously props to the guy who designed it as well. But
did I just call it a badge? Oh, sorry, a sticker. I just made it a little bit more official.
We can make badges. We've got all sorts of. We've got all sorts of merch.
You know, so for the guys who are not familiar with you at home, tell us about Charlie J. Who is Charlie J?
Well, I'm a music producer and a hip hop artist, and pretty much all my music's produced by me as well. I make music that I like listening to, so I like obviously, like most people, I listen to a lot of different music, but the stuff that sort of resonates with me the most is that sort of old school hip hop, neo soul. You know, I like something with a groove, I like something with a bit of a a vibe in it. I love like Loyal Kana, Common, D'Angelo, old Kanye, Outkast, Kendrick Lamar. I know there's a lot of American artists, but when we talk about like UK artists as well, like I love Barney Artist, like I love Children of Zeus, like the list goes on. It's like I'm really passionate about music. It's something that I loved. I fell in love with probably when I was about like 13, 14, and it's just a way to express myself, and I just love it. When I was little, I used to do more drawing, and I used to do I even did stop motion animations at one point. So it just sort of it evolved and developed, and like music was sort of like the evolution of that. It became a way for me to express myself, and almost like a form of therapy as well, in a sense as well. So yeah.
You hear that a lot. I mean, so how was COVID? Because I know you've been speaking to a lot of artists. I know, artists during COVID, they've had a varying time. I mean, how did you handle the C word?
Yeah, well, it's like I was working throughout the pandemic. I mean, I say like was. I mean, in the sense it's still happening, especially for some people around the world. You can't be sort of just forget and say, oh, it's all over now, blah, 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 because there are places that are still, like, people overseas might be listening. So yeah, I was still working. So for me, it was sort of like the things I enjoyed the most, which is like performing live, going to gigs, going to the gym even, they were just like taken away from me. And then what I was left with was work and home. And I'm grateful that I got set up in my house. So I was still able to record loads of music. And it just sort of became sort of a routine for me. Like, I write every night I write a verse. Like, I write 16 bars every night. I've done that since 2016.
You're inspired quite a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one. It's like, I don't think I'll wait for moments of inspiration. I feel like if you wait, you may be waiting forever. And I feel like it's kind of, for me, music's just such a form of expression. It's almost, it's like second nature to me. It's like talking. So I can go on a track and it's like I just talk my life. You know, I can tell a story. I can express how I feel about a certain way or certain thing. Even if I think back to my latest single, which is Lie No More, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, like bar for bar, that's the greatest verse of all time or whatever. But it's like, I want to know it's like a vibe you can put on in your car, you can chill, you can listen to. You know, you don't always want this sort of intensity.
Yeah.
You know, you want good songs as well. Like, you know, I can appreciate like slower tracks. Like, I'm a big Frank Ocean fan as well. Like, you know, there's like different emotions portrayed in different music. And it's about relating to it.
Yeah, and you know, one thing that I've noticed as well in a lot of your tracks is, you know, the production value is really high.
Thank you.
That's okay. You're welcome. Tell me more.
Yeah. So when it comes to like making a track, so I mean, my EP's there, Middle Times. Even if I just sort of pick it up now, the track list is on the back as well of this. And if these are all sealed at the moment, but if you open it up, there is the credits for each of the tracks, and all of these tracks started at some point just a demo, just me, my production, maybe a sample of some sort. I think the best example of something like this would probably be the first track, See You Again.
Okay.
So See You Again started off as, so Shout the Honest Poet as well, he's on that. Amazing artist. I love Jamie, he's such a sick lad. He's got an album out as well.
I love him too, I've had him on the show. So
He's
I've had him on my radio show, he's fantastic.
I know, he's so good, but I made that track. It would have been probably you know, we had that fire break lockdown.
Yeah.
Like back in October. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to just make an EP of some sort. So I sat down, you know, I got like this like piano sample. I put the piano sample down and I just started, like, things started coming to me. I'm just like doing this like spoken word, almost verse at the beginning of it. And, you know, I added the drums, I added the strings, and I'm thinking, yo, I can hear Jamie on this. Something cool. You know, I got to send this to Jamie, and then got my mate Katie, she's playing guitar on it. So like the skeleton was me. Like I made the skeleton of that, like the bones of it.
You're the architect.
You're
as
the
well,
tree and you branched.
Yeah, and then like, you know, like Jamie and like Katie, and then the guy who mixed it, Brian, like they're adding like the muscles and then the skin, and then it becomes like a full picture. I think it was one of my mates up in Manchester. He said that you might not be the most talented in a room, but if you're the hardest working, you will eventually become the most talented. Like,
I believe in that fully.
So
100% believe in that.
Yeah.
I believe in it now. I'll be writing tomorrow. No, tonight. Actually.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah.
So, Charlie, where can we find your bits, your stuff? Like, where can we find you?
Well, that's the good thing about the stickers and the business cards as well. These are Ye Old Reliable. I've had these now for years. I used to sell sweets in school, and I used to actually give the kids in school the business cards as well when I was first starting making music. But that goes to a link tree. And that link's got all my links. So on Instagram, I'm official Charlie J. On Twitter, unfortunately, that was taken, or it was too many letters. So Music Charlie J on Twitter, Charlie J on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, SoundCloud. Yeah. So it's all
the platforms.
All the platforms. Yeah.
All of the platforms. Charlie, so what can we expect later on this year? What you got in your locker?
I've got a new single. This is the I say I've got a new single. I tried to sort of back them up a little bit. So my next 3 singles, I know what they're probably going to be.
Okay.
My next single, I think I got to double check the mix, but that came back last night. That's coming out hopefully in like 2 or 3 weeks. The next one after that will probably be 6 weeks after that.
Okay.
Next one after that will probably be 6 weeks after that.
Charlie J, you've been an absolute wonderwall.
Thank you.
Peachie? What do you reckon?
It's been incredible. It's been a pleasure to have you. Absolutely loved hearing everything that you do, and the whole thought process behind it all is fantastic.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on as well. Like I say, it's great to have opportunities like this, especially in Wales. I know we've all got to try and sort of, in a sense, come together and try and do what we can to help people. You know, shameless plug. I have my own podcast as well, so it's a similar type of thing. It's called Chat with Charlie. But that's like, you know, again, platforms like this. Platforms like my podcast. It's about bringing people, you know, together, forward, and so forth.
And sharing the love.
Sharing the love.
Support for support.
Support for the love. Support for support. Support for support. Spread that magical dust around.
I was just coming across a bridge. Everybody wondered about the people that I live. See, I'm just trying to get and do my biz. I'm with Mo and I know how it is. I got that heat. I'm with Peachie. We got these people around here. They get the peach tea when I'm drinking. I know I'm busy when I'm sipping a cup. I got these people who were living it up. But yeah.
Gang!
I don't wanna lie no more. You be my type of vibe when my eyes were sore. I know you never had any time to talk. So come and by my side and we'll take a talk. Cause I don't wanna lie no more. You be my type of vibe when my eyes were sore. I know you never had any time to talk. So come and by my side and we'll take a talk. And every morning now I wonder why 100 stories that I couldn't find. Like, and now it's summer and the sun could shine. High, found it out that I couldn't fly. Light, and every morning you were searching, trying to get a job, little money, it ain't certain. I was working late nights, put a little work in. Wanna go to beaches, body out surfing. Body like peaches, I was observing. But even taking my time, cause at the moment I ain't making you mine, love. And all we needed was a place to reside. Up by the coast where the sea would just line up. Need a little action, taking the dates. But you're the type of girl who was making me wait. So I never wanna force it, taking the weight off your shoulders. Come over, make you a plate. Cause I don't wanna lie no more. You be my type of vibe when my eyes were sore. I know you never had any time to talk. So come and by my side and we'll take a talk. Cause I don't wanna lie no more. You be my type of vibe when my eyes were sore. I know you never had any time to talk. So come and by my side and we'll take a talk. Back and forth, you're sending it through the text. I'm impressed by the way that you're looking when you were dressed for the best. I was cooking, I'm feeling that you were stressed for the checks. No one's looking, I'm hearing it from your breath in your chest. You just wanted a good time. Go overseas by the beach in the sunshine. All the memories, I just know they would run by. To get what we wanted, I was saying we should try. So hit my line, even message my phone. And don't you lie, you ain't better alone. Damn, I like your vibe and the way that you're grown. And come by my side, I can take you to shows. Ran from a life that work you until you're old and you're cold. It ain't perfect, but knowing that it was closer than most. Be my diamond and knowing that you could roll with the gold. To the moment I'm knowing that I had stolen your soul. I don't wanna lie no more. You be my type of vibe when my eyes were sore. I know you never had any time to talk. So come and by my side and we'll take a talk. Cause I don't wanna lie no more. You be my type of vibe when my eyes were sore. I know you never had any time to talk. So come and by my side and we'll take a talk.
That was the Charlie J.
Officially Charlie J. How incredible was Charlie J? Like, I can't explain how excited I was over just talking to him. His work ethic is through the roof. His energy is incredible. And he has merchandise. He is fully active.
This boy left me with the barcode. Who leaves me with the barcode? Yeah, he's amazing. He's really patterned. We've got Charlie J t-shirts. We've got mugs. We've got barcodes.
What, everything?
What's next?
We have generally stamped by Charlie.
I know, the album. Guys, to get the album, please click on Charlie J's socials. You can get him on all social platforms, I do believe.
It's official Charlie J on Instagram and I think a few others, but definitely check them out. Get to know Charlie J. He is brilliant.
We only have the one entertainment news because
it's just too damn good. It's full. It's too much.
Too fine.
There was no
so
room
fine.
for anyone else.
And we have the amazing
Verona Rose. Oh, I can't. She is a goddess. She is a queen. She is doing big bits in the entertainment industry. She's fantastic.
I, for one, can't wait to speak to her. So let's do it.
Let's do it now. Hi Verona, I am so excited to meet you finally. It's been a long time coming and I think you're an absolute queen. This is mighty, amazing Mo.
This is the mighty Verona. It's all about Verona. That's right.
You're fine, mate. Thank you for having me.
I'm just so gassed to have you. Like, I am excited to find out more about you. You are literally on a rocket ship flying off doing amazing bits. Like, it's so incredible to watch. It's now recorded.
You know what?
You want to go again?
I'm gone.
Sorry.
Right. So back to you, Verona. Back to Verona, the superstar.
Yeah.
And I really want to go from like, I must say, we've trawled through the archives, looked through all your stuff. And I did start with like the comedy stuff. So when I seen the acting that came initially, I couldn't help but smile. I had a little smile. I don't know why, but you just made me laugh. Tell me more. Tell me about like your journey and stuff.
Thank you. So I trained for 6 years in theatre. I went to the Brit Performing Arts School initially, and then I went and done a degree at Brunel University. And then I went into teaching. I taught drama and English for 3 years. So it was great. It was great. I set up my own drama school in Southampton, which was awesome, teaching youngsters and then doing workshops for like big organisations, but using drama as a means of informal learning as well. So rather than people having like a PowerPoint presentation, I would go in and do some drama exercise with them. So it was great. It was great. I really enjoyed it. But I got to a point where I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I went into all of this stuff just to, I started doing the other stuff on the side because I wanted something to fall back on if I needed. And then I was like, no, you need to move back to London and you need to focus on your acting. So I done that. I moved back to London, I think 2010, but focused on loads of different things, close to do music as well. I did lots of different stuff. And then I realised I just wasn't booking work. I was being seen occasionally. I didn't have like a very good agent. I got a massive gap in my teeth, big bosoms. So
always a problem.
As you call titties. Love it.
Yeah, well, it's a problem when you might go into. Actually, when I got booked on a job, and when I got there, this was like a commercial. When I got there, they actually was like they didn't my profile. They were like, it just looks a bit. They ended up having to remove me from the commercial because.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I was a lot slimmer at the time, but they were just I'm here like my profile was like this: no bum, boobs. And no bum. So it just looked a bit odd, which I understand. I'm not upset about, but it was the thing where I wasn't booking work. So I then decided, you know what, I am going to focus on comedy. It wasn't until I just sat down one day. There were loads of things going on. I was sick with my illness. I was so ill at one point. I was just like, do you know what? I'm giving up. And I've always been someone that is just so motivated. And people are like, what are you going to do? I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to, sail through life. It's cool. And that's literally how I felt. And then just something clicked in my head and I was like, I started feeling a tiny bit better. Because like you were saying, at times I was having dips and, sometimes I feel better. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to pigeonhole myself and just try and just do this one thing because people thought I was funny when I was in school. So I decided to focus on comedy and create little videos with my friends. There was a group of us. There was my friend Niamh, and then she hooked me up with a lady called Stephanie O'Keefe and Annie McGrath, and we ended up Stephanie created this concept which we pitched to Channel 4, and it was called Girls Go Trolling.
Is that the one with Donna? Is that the girl?
No, that's not with Donna.
Oh, okay,
no, that's not with Donna. That's with Stephanie O'Keefe, Niamh, Oz, and Annie McGrath. So that was one of the first things I'd done, and as in, that it got commissioned. And it was really good. It went well. So we had a really great time doing it. But you mentioned Donna. So Donna and I met years and years ago on a show called Youngers. We were just background. We were extras. We were in a club scene.
Oh, right, okay.
We were so naughty. Like, we were just like, this is like 10 years ago. We were just dancing, and every time the camera come around, we were like, just doing weird. Anyway, long story short, we both auditioned for a role with the same role. We both auditioned for the same role for a show that Peninsula Films were doing. They've got a TV channel now called Get Pulped. And we both auditioned for the same role, and they decided that they liked both of us. We didn't know. We didn't audition at the same time. They decided they liked both of us. They scrapped the idea they had, and they were like, right, girls, we're going to do this show. It's called DICK in Ibiza. I don't know how much I have to say on here. and they took us to Ibiza, and we filmed that in Ibiza. It was amazing.
What?
We
That's
did
cool.
3 times, yeah. And then after that, we were like, oh my gosh, we need to do more together, because everyone's like, oh, you guys are amazing, blah blah blah. Then we created this show that got picked up by BBC Three, and we done 3 short form episodes, and there's ongoing stuff with it. So yeah.
Seems like you had a kind of confidence in yourself and a drive and stuff. But I mean, over to you.
So for me, what's the recipe?
What's your recipe? What's the ingredients? What are the things that you need, the must-haves in your bag?
A little bit of that, a little bit of this.
Sugar and
so, in all honesty, I had the lowest self-esteem for years. Like, I grew up in Southampton. I felt like I looked, like a boy. Not that it matters what you look like, but I had the lowest self-esteem for years. So I ended up, like, when you're performing, I ended up having to do this thing where you have to act confident to appear confident.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really confident.
With you.
Yeah. So you put on this front. So even still now, I'm very like the Hashimoto's, babe. Actually, oh my goodness, it used to make me so anxious and oh my god, like I've got to do this now. But that has subsided with the how I eat.
Yeah.
But I think the confidence is, it's not a real thing. Do you get what I'm saying? It's I'm actually quite shy, believe it or not. I don't come across as shy, but yeah. But the ingredients, I would say you have to just work hard. And I'm just like, the thing is I had to accept that career path that I want to do, it's not stable. I have to understand that, like, to me, I have me and my group of friends, and we sat down one day and I was like, listen, we're not all, this whole make it thing, right? We're not all gonna make it. It's just not, we're all black females, we're not all gonna get this thing. So you have to accept that, first of all, right? You have to accept that there's always going to be someone working. You think you're working hard, someone else is going to be working as hard or harder than you. You think that you're the ish, someone else is the ish.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you get what I'm saying? So when I went to Brit school, I left my school and I was the top of the class of drama, I was the best. I went to Brit school and everyone was that person, but better, 100 times better than I was. So you have to accept these things. But I think persistence. Persistence. Let me not. I'm not just trying to say, oh my gosh, really, because it is a very
self-belief. I think is a massive one as well. If you believe in what you're doing in yourself, that works.
I agree. I 100% agree. You have to believe in yourself. Persistent. You have to have thick skin, because you're gonna have many more no's than you are yeses. Also networking, and be nice, but be genuinely nice. Not like, you get some people that are fake. They want to tread on people to get where they want. See, maybe for me that is my downfall, because I'm not someone that wants to be fake with people online.
You have to be like, there's no harm in being genuinely nice, because if anything, that will go a long way, much further than sort of being false. I'm curious, like, obviously you've done a lot so far. What's coming next? What have you got next lined up in the next 5 years? Like, what's the next sort of thing you've got?
Oh my goodness. You know what? If you asked me this when I was in my 20s, I would be like, you know what? 5 years from now, this is what I want. 10 years from now, 15 years. And then I decided to stop living like that, because I want to live in the moment. So I'm kind of going with the flow.
So, I mean, what's it like in the moment with, coming from a musical family?
Yeah, I've got an older brother who's got a song that is called Zambuca. It was a hit back in the day. It's like, when I saw you, girl.
I will cross the street. I got my eyes on you. Your eyes on me. When I think, Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy.
What a banger that is.
Yeah,
I remember that.
My big brother.
Okay, yeah. Big bro.
Yeah, that's my big bro. And he actually, I remember he filmed that song's years, it's old, but it's still a hit today, and he still performs it, and he's still doing his music, and I'm proud of him.
And Verona, I just wanted to say, I'm not sure if you're aware of this fact about Southampton, of course. But before you, we have the amazing Craig David.
Frank.
Monday. Took a brother, think it got Tuesday. We're making up by Wednesday. And on Thursday. I'll move my nostrils out of the thing.
On Sunday.
Back it up.
Of course I'm aware. Babe, you know, when I was growing up, Southampton was not very diverse. That every single brown and black person knew each other.
Like literally, yeah.
I'm so, you're such a queen. Like, I'm literally...
She's been talking about you all week. I ain't even lying. You know, which is really good. Which is really great.
Yeah, so that's how we connected from that. But then we also spoke about another thing, which I don't know if you want to talk about later on.
Yeah, so like I suffer with an overactive thyroid, and Verona has issues with the thyroid as well. So we're kind of talking about that, and you have like a page where you sort of do like a dietary plan and the foods that help make it better and ease sort of symptoms. And yeah, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about that, but I think that it's really inspiring to see that you're doing so successful. You're being so successful, but you're allowing people to talk about, like, you're allowing people into your life in regards to your health, and you're actually helping people, inspiring people through that, and I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, so bless you. So basically for me, so I got diagnosed I think 5-6 years ago, and like my life just changed because I was somebody that used to be into boxing. I used to be quite healthy, quite fit, just love doing things, and I'm always someone that was like bouncing off the wall, so much energy, and it just went. My hair fell out, my eyebrows fell out, my face became puffy, I gained weight, and I just was tired, and I used to teach drama in English, and I got to a stage where I couldn't even spell words, and I couldn't remember anything. Brain fog, it's the word. It's so weird, and you can't explain it to anyone because it's not something that you can really explain, because I feel like people don't you can say it to somebody, but then you might just seem like you're complaining. And even before, I don't know if it was the same with you, Peachie, before I got diagnosed, I had people saying to me, you're a hypochondriac, you're always going to the doctors.
I thought I was dying. I'm not even going to lie. I felt like I was dying. I was exhausted constantly.
And you'll come to Wales proudly and come see us, will you?
I'll come and see you in Wales.
We're going to get a big... don't worry. We'll put you up in a nice 5-star hotel. Only the best.
I'm recording this. I'm going to hold you to it.
That's right. Get your agent. Record this.
It's the travel lodge. I'm sorry.
We won't do that. We won't do that. And we'll take you on a night out on the tiles.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Have you enjoyed yourself, Verona? How have you enjoyed this little catch-up arrangement?
Oh, I have. Thank you so much for having me. Peach, thank you for inviting me on.
What do you mean? Thank you for even saying yes and coming on, because it's been incredible. It's been nice to just have that chat with you, because you are literally doing bits.
So are you guys, and keep it up, man. Keep up what you're doing. And you're a presenter, and Mo, I'm going to check out your presenting stuff as well.
Thank you. I'm going to come and stalk you on social media and any other platform.
I'm going to do exactly the same.
Lots of love.
Bless you. Take care.
Blessings.
Take care. Big love. Bye. Thank you so much.
Verona Rose.
Absolutely incredible female. She is the goddess of the entertainment industry at the moment. That was fantastic. I was engrossed.
She's hot.
She's very hot. This one is going to be stalking her for life on social media.
I just had to send a request across, as you do.
Cheeky little follow.
Cheeky little follow. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys at home did too.
Definitely. She was fantastic, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Please, guys, make sure you are sharing, you are subscribing, you are following, you are sharing us everywhere, because we have some incredible content for you.
And coming up next week, what we got?
Spicy crickets.
Bit random.
Crushed spicy crickets. I guess we'll see next week, guys, but it's an interesting one. A little bit wacky too.
Hot.